people's going to retire in about another 3 years. And I'm very excited.
I don't know if you're asking me that or just people in general. No, I wasn't aware that there's currently a Houseless Outreach that was collecting supplies at Injustice Park currently, but that is good to know. Boop. Goodbye, Tia. Yeah, that's the thing. Like we got doctors out here, we got lawyers out here. I met a neurosurgeon earlier. You know, we got some of the upper echelon of Louisville that are out here marching with us, and then this one guy's like, I got a job, I'm too tired.
Mama, can't you see? Mama, can't you see? What the system's done to me. What the system's done to me. They locked us up, they put us down. They locked us up, they put us down. There ain't no justice in this town. 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 Papa, Papa, don't you cry. Papa, Papa, don't you cry.
I think probably about to head down Jefferson.
Give me a L! L, I got your L, I got your L. Give me a L! L, I got your L, I got your L. What's that, bro?
Black Lives Matter!
What's that, bro?
Black Lives Matter!
What's that, bro?
Black Lives Matter!
B, I got your B, I got your B. Give me a L! L, I got your L, I got your L. Give me a L! L, I got your L, I got your L. What's that, bro?
Black Lives Matter!
What's that, bro?
Black Lives Matter!
What's that, bro? Black Lives Matter!
Thing that I'm showing you can follow Matthew Ballard or Ryan. Yeah. And you put all of our feeds next to each other.
Breonna Taylor!
Excellent.
Breonna Taylor! Breonna Taylor!
We're doing a great job covering everything, right?
Every angle covered, folks. Every few inches, we got it covered.
And just the front. No one's in the
Yeah, just no.
Speakers earlier mentioned that they were around.
Yeah, the whole group. I saw them. I was like, "Are you Tyler's family?" And they actually had his dog with them as well. Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah.
Well, it's good to see. Good to see that they're out. You know?
Yeah. I said a few words to them. Yeah. Honestly, when I realized it was them, I just had this feeling of like, I guess the only way to put it is sadness, I guess, like just kind of wash over me.
I don't know. A little bit of sorrow and honestly a little bit of inspiration that they are out here, you know?
Yeah.
that with that sorrow, they're able to turn it around and come out and help with the movement. You know,
that's one of the things I said is thank you for continuing continuing the journey that Tyler started with the movement.
Yep.
And continuing to push forward.
That's exactly what it is.
Out of the bars, into the street. Out of the bars, into the street.
How you doing?
I won't point that out.
You're fine.
Badass mural.
Tyler Bassett, everyone. That is someone else that you can watch if you don't want to hear the word fuck. She doesn't say it nearly as often as I do.
Everybody up front, slow down. Slow all the way down. Y'all really want you supposed to go past the cars. Y'all just stop, wait for us to catch up, alright? Stay behind the cars, everybody. Everybody up here. All y'all roll all the way up here too. Everybody, slow down. Come on.
Again, see, we got bikes, cars up front, helping divert traffic to make sure there is safety. How you doing? Oh, you know, same old. Maxwell has climbed up on top of this bridge before. I got up here early to see if I could figure out how to get up there, but I have no idea how he did that. He's also a little bit more limber than me and does crazy shit like that. But it doesn't look like there's any easy way up there, so I'm not even gonna try it. It's gonna try to get you a above shot. How you doing? Ah, see, there it is. See, I don't know how he fucking does it. I don't know how he does it, but he's done it twice already. I can't. I'm too fat. I guess I'm too fat for that. I was wanting to do that, but he got to it. He got it. He got it. Damn it. Maybe he knows a secret that I don't. I should ask him when the live streams are over. Ooh, what language is that? It's not Spanish. Portuguese? Vagabundo, Governor Vagabundo. Usa o voto de bases contra government. Usa o voto. If I had to guess, that is something about only way to make real power change is through voting. I don't. It might have been Portuguese or something. I don't. Some type of romantic language. Hi, Becky. Fucking Becky. Big bad Becky.
They're right in front of us.
I think I got the right Becky.
So, you can see the printed Black Lives Matter stuff.
Right, it wasn't even Becky with the good hair. Like, this is Big Bad Becky. Big Bad Becky. So again, slow down every so often. Pause, let the people with shorter legs catch up, you know, the Jason Downeys of the crowd. Organizers pulling cars ahead. Cars usually take the lead because that makes it safer.
Hey, what are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? Hold up. Slow down, y'all. Y'all get your head. There's 8 other people in here.
Bad hair Becky. Big old bad hair Becky. This is Louisville, Kentucky. If you see that little pinned comment at the bottom, I went through all the effort of pinning it down there so you could just read with your eyes instead of me having to answer. Louisville, Kentucky, here we are. Day 136 of protest. This is the March for Justice. Over 1,000 people with us right now. Making our way to Injustice Park to meet up with some of the seasoned activists, some of the elders, as you will, that couldn't quite make this march, you know, rightfully so. We are going to meet them right now. A number of them did a sit-in on Daniel Cameron's lawn, you know, sewing, knitting, things of the like. And at least one of them held out and was arrested for trespassing while sitting in a chair knitting. It was some incredible pictures that Jason Downey was able to get of that. But yeah, we are marching to meet some of our elders down at the park where the Unity Fair is currently going on. The Unity Fair is at Injustice Park, Jefferson Square Park, Breonna Taylor Park, whichever you prefer. It's at 6th and Jefferson. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow from noon to 9, there is going to be music and games and movies, children's events, cook-offs, just a big community building event. So feel free to make your way to 6th and Jeff to join the Unity Fair. We will be there shortly. You know what's a joke? Sandy Childs Rowlett. She is a joke.
Oh my God.
Yes, actually I did. I won the steak cook-off competition last night. I did get some pointers from a seasoned chef that was cooking next to me. He definitely helped me out a little bit, so it's definitely not just me that won. It was a community effort. I'm not big on cooking steaks. I love steak. I just haven't really cooked a whole lot in my day. So yeah, he gave me pointers. I won the chili cook-off too, the original chili cook-off, red chili cook-off. So now I've won 2 of the 3 cook-offs at the square, oddly enough. Thank you very much, Virginia. I guess being fat in my youth paid off. I know what tastes good.
Democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like.
Hey, Charles Inman, stop being a snowflake thug. Stop being, you're being a snowflake and a thug right now. You're the worst. Honestly, you're being a little bitch, is really what it is. So, boop. Thank you very much. It's not in particular about my voice, so I wasn't even going to bring that up. Someone else brought it up. But thank you very much for the congratulations. Burgoo cook-off, damn. Mavis, how you know about Burgoo? Being a little bitch. Balloons, Mr. Balloon Hands, Mr. Walkway, Mr. Walk on Me, Mr. Leave Me to the Building. Fuck you. Whose chair is this? You know what I say? Not my chair, not my problem. I'm quoting probably 15-year-old's internet video. I don't. The way he said, "Oh, he called him a bitch. Get him, Jared." Made me think of the video. Drinking out of cups, being a bitch. A whole stick of butter. That's my secret ingredient to my chili. A whole stick of butter in that bitch. And a lot of people have been like, "You put butter in your chili?" I'm like, yes. Like, so what it does is it hits your tongue and coats it with savory and salty first. And then it takes a second for the heat to build. So there's like layers to the flavor. So you get like 3 bites in and then you get hit with all the heat and you're like, oh my God, this is so good and so painful. Feast Barbecue, always showing their support. I know a number of people that work here. Actually, it's a great establishment. Okay, let's reiterate for a third time. Let's reiterate for a third time because definitely got some new viewers in here. Just so everyone knows, this is my live stream. I don't have financial backers. I don't have sponsors. I don't have ratings. I don't have to fuck with FCC. So that means I have the full right to tell you to gently and politely go fuck yourself. And you can't do anything about it. It's my stream. My opinion is the only one that matters. I allow other opinions to happen. But if they're shitty opinions, if they're racist, if they're bigoted, if they're in support of politicians in general, because fuck politicians, fuck Democrats, fuck Republicans, yeah, I'm going to tell you to go fuck yourself every time, and then I'm going to boop you. If you don't know what boop means, don't find out what boop means, because then you won't be allowed to watch anymore. It sucks, right? It's the worst. But there's all kinds of shit you can be watching on the internet, on cable, everywhere, and you choose to be here watching this. So if you are watching it, you can stand to hold your tongue for 30 minutes while you enjoy the footage. Even if you get the enjoyment from being pissed off, if that's what you're getting your rocks off on from riot porn, this is not for you. And again, go fuck yourself.
This is what democracy looks like.
Boop around to find out. Hashtag back the boop. Hashtag boop lives matter. We're gonna boop them all and let God sort them out. So I don't even know what this establishment is, but they're definitely in support. What is this place?
It's a plant shop.
Oh, plant shop. Nice. Mahania? Mahania.
And it is a black-owned business.
It's a good spot.
It's fucking delicious. So if you're in Nulu and you want to support a black-owned business, stop at Louisville Cream. I highly suggest the banana pudding.
I highly suggest the banana pudding.
The banana pudding ice cream is fucking fire. Dude, you can make your own ice cream sandwich. You can put banana pudding ice cream on a birthday cake cookie and make your own ice cream sandwich. Fuck with me.
Jason knows about some ice cream.
Woo, there's not many things I take seriously.
Ice cream and pie. Fuck everything else.
No, I take my ice cream very seriously. And Louisville Cream is delicious. Give a chance out of your business under the street.
Six Sisters Boutique, Justice, Equality, BLM, Black Lives Matter. Whenever we get away from downtown a little bit, more into the Highlands, more towards Nulu, I like to make sure to point out the businesses that are supporting. That's beautiful. Black Lives Matter at Royals. Black Lives Matter at Royals. Looks like Black Lives Now Matter at Galaxy. Smallest handmade sign, but yeah, apparently Galaxy. Now, this one across the street, La Bodeguita, is owned by giant pieces of shit. I've known several people that have worked for this family, and they all say that they're terrible employers. Further than that, they made it a giant point. Oh wait, look, fucking Chris Fox is going up there to take pictures. Yeah, fuck 'em. Oh, that's great. They actually held a giant press conference basically denouncing BLM and saying that BLM was trying to, what's what I'm looking for?
wasn't listening.
Extort them. BLM was trying to extort them is what he said. But no, it was demands for better work environments for POC. Garage bar here got pissed off. The owner got pissed off that the employees let them use barricades that they usually have out here during the Nulu action. I heard they might have lost some employees at that moment. Bye, Sharon. Boop. Nope. Again, it was not extortion. I just explained that. So when I explain something and then you come in and you're like, yeah, I know you just explained it, but whatever, then you're not welcome here. Extortion would include money. Closest thing to extortion was at the very end. They were like, if you can't make an effort to try to implement some of these policies, then we suggest that you donate an annual 3% to black outreach organizations, to organizations that help the community. That's not extortion. If you think it is, you're a fucking idiot. Yeah, they hold me in for about 16 hours. I did a couple of lives after that. Then I took like 3 days off, go see some family. A couple days off, still in town, but I was out for about 5 days, and then now I'm back in the shit. Let's do it. It was good to get away, but it is just as good to be back. I'm sorry, whose property did we deface? Tell me exactly what, David Martin, tell me exactly at what point we were defacing fucking property, you jackass. In fact, look at that, throwing shit in trash cans, and you're talking about we're out here defacing things? You're a fucking idiot. Boop. At nighttime, we destroy nothing here in Louisville. At nighttime, it's the same as during day. We don't destroy shit. You clearly have no idea what you're talking about. You have not been following Louisville, Kentucky in any capacity if you think that we have been destroying anything. All the buildings are still standing. We've never even successfully lit a building on fire. So you're an idiot. You have no fucking clue what you're talking about. But luckily in the United States, you have the right to be an idiot, just like we have the right to be out here marching for social justice. Kids are out here marching to learn acceptance, not hate. If you can't see that, you need to know what this is actually all about. People bring their children out to these movements to teach them the opposite of hate: acceptance, love, community.
But y'all get that other way. Take it easy.
Where's the free money coming from, John? I don't understand what you mean by marching for free money. Protesters are not paid, contrary to popular belief. George Soros is not actually sending out checks. If he is sending out checks, that motherfucker owes me like 5 months in back pay. I worked all week, and now I'm out marching. Ricky, you're an idiot. As far as I'm concerned, if you mention Trump or Biden, I'm gonna boop you. Because they're both awful candidates. They're both old senile men that barely have their wits about them. They're both rich, old white men that barely have their wits about them. They're both terrible for this country. In fact, the bipartisan system as a whole is terrible for this country. It hasn't done shit for us in over 100 years, if not more. Democrats and Republicans have flopped roles several times in the history of this nation. Republicans used to be liberals. Democrats used to be Republicans, or used to be conservatives. Back and forth, the way it goes. So, Democrats and Republicans are actually just two wings on the same shit eagle, flying us straight into the sun. Yeah, we need to.
Reinhardt.
Hey,
How you doing, man?
doing good.
Good to see you.
Yeah. Yeah, no, we don't only need to dismantle the racist system that is policing, we also need to dismantle the bipartisan system. Because it is not working. It has not worked in a very long time.
Tell us, Reinhardt.
Fuck Democrats, fuck Republicans, fuck Trump, fuck Biden. It's 2 wings to the same shit eagle.
Ryan for president.
None of it matters. We gotta dismantle everything and rebuild it if we want to make any real fucking change, right? Sucks that we're at that position, but here we are.
Speak it, brother.
Yeah, that's why I smoke 2 packs a day, everyone. Here I am.
That's why I love the sun. You're right.
What the system's done to me. They locked us up, they put us down.
My biggest question is the fact that
There ain't no justice in
I feel like at this point it's pretty obvious, it's pretty apparent that the system was clearly designed for rich white people. The whole system from the beginning has been designed to benefit rich white people. So not only just the upper echelon, not just the wealthy, but white wealthy people in particular. And if you can't see that, you need to dig deeper. You need to look more. You need to do more research. You need to know your history. So if the system has been built from the ground up to function in this fashion, then it's clearly not doing any justice for any other people. And it hasn't since its beginning. Why would we want to keep running with that? Oh, because you're probably a rich white person and you're afraid of not being on top anymore. Well, you should be afraid of not being on top anymore because we are going to level the playing field.
Mama, can't you see? Mama, can't you see? What the system's done to me? What the system's done to me? They locked us up, they put us down. They locked us up, they put us down. It's not my day to die. Today is not my day to die. It's not my day to die. Today is 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 not my day to die. Papa, Papa, don't you cry. Papa, Papa, don't you cry. Today is not my day to die. Today is not my day to die.
Yeah, I saw that.
No peace. No peace. Prosecute the police. No peace. No peace.
Making our way to Jefferson Square Park. At the moment, we are about there, a couple blocks away, coming down Market, Maine. I think we came down Maine, so we're blocked down from Jefferson. But we should be there shortly. Becky, writing in candidates doesn't work because the bipartisan system is designed to make it so. The GOP and the Democratic National Convention basically pick who are the only 2 people that you can vote for, and then if you vote for anyone aside from that, it's basically just a null and void vote. It's not actually going to get counted. It sucks. Again, the system is awful. It's been designed to function in a certain way, and it is functioning perfectly to the T that it was designed. And that is what we are fighting against. I mean, point in case. Yes, March for Justice, right there at that bottom comment. That's what it says. I assume you read that, and it already registered in your mind, especially since you've been in here for a while, Armando. So you already read that and registered in your mind, and now you're questioning it for some reason, which to me just shows ignorance on some level. Maybe willful ignorance, probably. Well, Chuck, You can take those 2 college degrees and shove them up your ass. Boop.
You want to follow some other Louisville streamers down here. This man right here, this is Ryan Martin. R-I-O-T-H-U-A-R-T. He's down here pretty much every day as well. He's not nearly as handsome, but he's just good to see you, man. How you doing?
He's right, I'm not as handsome.
Not as handsome. Maxwell Mitchell's up there on the left.
We are coming down Market Street right now, not Main, sorry. We're coming down Market, so we are like a block away. We're like 2 blocks down and then a block over from the park right now, making our way. Luckily, there has been 0 police harassment thus far. Yes, abolish the Electoral College first and foremost. The Electoral College is actually established to basically create more votes in each state, each voting jurisdiction, to account for the black population that were slaves. So the more slaves you own, the more slaves that were in an area, the more Electoral College votes you got. If anyone thinks anything's being destroyed in Louisville, Kentucky, you're stupid. You're either stupid or you haven't been watching Louisville in any capacity. Louisville has not destroyed anything. There was 1 night of major looting. Night 2, it was pretty much exclusively to downtown. There's a decent amount of property damage, broken windows, but that was it. Again, that was night 2, so that was 134 days ago. We've been out to the soccer field a couple of times, actually. Thing is, Louisville City Football Club supports BLM. First, the opening game of the season earlier this year, we marched down, we were outside the fence, we were chanting, and they put up a bunch of support images on their Megatron. Louisville City Soccer Club does not stand against racial inequality. You know, this is our city. You know, our city is kind of their motto. Like, they support BLM indefinitely. Further than that, the players were given warm-up jerseys with blank spots on the back and Sharpies, and we were able to write in whatever message they wanted. So a lot were like Justice for Bree, Black Lives Matter, things like that. So we've actually protested at a couple of different other football games, the soccer games. But the club supports us, which is tight. Yes, John Ammons. Vote, vote, vote. Remember the Rock the Vote campaign from the 90s. I wish it could come back. Where are you at, MTV? We need you. I'll get Pamela Suzanne Burke when she comes back around, if she wants to say anything else. Hey, Suzanne, tell me to get a job. Tell me to get a job. Come on. Come on, tell me. Tell me. Hey, there it is. Boop. I don't even know if I would actually want to be the president. I don't want to be the fucking dude in charge of trying to get us past all this. That's all I'm saying. I also, hey, Romeo Bravo, I also don't support racism or rioting, so I guess we're on the same page. Glad you're here to support. We got some sprinkles starting to fall. Can't remember the name of the current hurricane. If someone could remind me. But yesterday we got a bunch of winds that were coming up from the south, from Louisiana, from the hurricane. Today we're supposed to have spotty rain here and there. Here it comes. And then Sunday, tomorrow, we're also supposed to have a little bit of spotty rain. It's all aftermath from the hurricane that is currently hitting Louisiana, Florida area. Yes, Hurricane Delta, thank you very much. I feel like Delta is just too plain of a name. It's usually like a person's name or something. Charles Wilhelm, did you see that Facebook is deleting all the QAnon groups? Facebook won't allow support of QAnon anymore, Charles. What's that Q about? Get fucked. Yeah, I feel like it's usually a lady's name. Is that what it is? All ladies' names because you're treacherous? Well, that's not fair. I remember Hurricane Irene. I couldn't stop singing. Come on, Irene. Oh, come on, Irene. I think the song's actually Eileen, but just made too much sense when Hurricane Irene came through.
You can't stop the revolution! Can't stop the revolution! You can't stop the revolution!
Goodbye, Mavis. What kind of name's Mavis anyway?
You can't stop the revolution! You can't stop the revolution! You can't stop the revolution! You can't stop the revolution!
I'm gonna point it out again right here, this shirt. Home Skate Shop made these. They organized a skate jam in support of social justice at Breslin Skate Park months ago, the smaller skate park here in Louisville. And then like about 100 skaters skated from there to downtown to Injustice Park. It's a long ass skate. I wouldn't want to do it. And then they hit the stairs in front of the Hall of Justice for about an hour. Not a single sheriff deputy tried to come out and stop them. It was beautiful. I live streamed that for about an hour as well. As months ago, so it'll be hard to dig up and find. But Home Skate Shop printed these t-shirts for that event. They sold out. Yes. They sold out of them the day of. Did a reprint. Sold out of those again. But all the proceeds went to a local org. I can't remember which one, but it was a local POC support organization. But yeah, it was a Home Skate Shop. They did a whole like skate jam at Breslin Skate Park in support, and then like 100 skaters skated from there to here.
Hell yeah!
And we're hitting the sets in front of the Hall of Justice, like right there on the courtyard, and like not a single sheriff came out or anything.
We're from Michigan. We've been following this set for a minute.
Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. Glad to see you all here.
Welcome. Wedding party! Into the streets. Out of the weddings, into the streets. God, I love it. got their own custom chant out of the weddings into the street. Yeah, I don't know if anyone is aware, but cops aren't actually supposed to kill anyone. They're supposed to apprehend criminals so they can see a trial. So even people that are guilty, cops are not supposed to fucking kill. It's the oddest thing, right? It's weird. If you're gonna talk about the rate of abortions in the black community, you gotta talk about the rate of abortions in every community, because that's a moot point. That's some garbage. It makes no sense. You're not comparing it to the right information for it to be any type of valid facts. You're just spouting out numbers that you got off of a meme or from a Donald Trump tweet that does not make it true.
Call to action and the action part of our afternoon. We're going to take a left, we're going to take a right, and we're approaching sacred ground. I haven't been able to put my head around the numbers that we have, the diversity that we have, the energy that we have, the spirit and heart that we have. But it's not time to pat ourselves on the back. It's time to go to work. And the next step in the work is to listen. So what we're going to do, we're going to make as much noise as you can, more than you've made even to this point. And we're grateful for it. But when we get to the square, when you get to the square, and there's a lot of us, so it'll take a while. We surround the center of the square with Brianna's memorial, and the shouting stops and the horns stop, and we all take a knee. We take a knee silently, and we put our fists in the air. And then we wait and listen. Are we good? Yeah! Yeah! How's your old knees? Yeah, fuck it. All right. Here we go.
That's what I had in my head too. Fuck them.
What are they gonna do? Kick me out?
They lied and said they had no money. They got 7 or 8 restaurants. I know a bunch of people that have worked for that family.
Good. Fire the mayor is the conclusion.
Fire the mayor is the conclusion.
Fire the mayor is the conclusion.
Get off the tower, come on.
Off the sidewalk, into the street. Off the sidewalk, into the street.
Come on, y'all. Show me what democracy looks like. Show me what democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like. Show me what democracy looks like. This is what democracy
right, so as we're reaching the square, I'm gonna reiterate again. This is my live stream, it's not yours. I don't have financial backers, I don't have ratings. FCC doesn't fuck with me. So I will every time gently and politely tell you to go fuck yourself if you have anything racist. So
I'm gonna go back and look at that. I looked at last night's at 8:58. I'm like, on your stream. I'm like, is it there? Oh shit!
I love walking past other people's streams when they don't realize I'm walking past. And I'm just like,
I'm gonna start doing it.
oh yeah. Yeah, again, no ratings, no FCC, no financial backers, no sponsors. Nobody to tell me what I can and can't say. So if you don't like what you're seeing, you don't like what you're hearing, you don't like my commentary, you can go fuck yourself. I don't give a shit. My opinion's the only one that matters in this live stream. Yours doesn't. And I will boop you. And if you don't understand what boop is, don't find out what boop is, because then you won't be able to watch live streams anymore. There's no riot porn. There's no violence. There's no chaos. This is Louisville. This isn't Minneapolis. It's not Atlanta. It's not Seattle. It's not Portland. It's a breed of its own. We are different people, and we are taking care of our community. Over 1,000. Someone else estimated 1,300. That might be accurate. But there's easily over 1,000 people that are marching right now. Got tons of vendors down here selling BLM support gear. Typically that money, if you buy from someone here locally, it doesn't go to the BLM organization. It usually goes straight into their pocket. You are supporting Black life and showing that Black lives matter. So if you want a BLM shirt, mask, whatever, just come down here to the square and buy it from someone that's actually POC. Make sure that money goes into their pocket. But here's what we got going on. Unity Fair, Brianna Square. Appreciate that. Dickhead. There's probably several hundred people that were already at the park when we got here, so then like 1,300 on top of that. There's a lot of people in the park right now. See, hot chocolate, coffee, cider. Several local vendors out with different gear.
Papa, can't you see what the
Come on over.
Love it.
Get closer. It's not distinguished elders.
Everybody here.
Seasoned.
Season. Yeah, call them over again. I don't think they heard you.
All right. Come on over by the stage. Thank you.
Because they can't hear way over there.
Travis!
Yeah, Travis has been great. Travis lost 3 pounds on that walk.
I bet.
But you got your 10,000 steps.
I know. Every time there's a march, I see my steps.
Come on in, get close again.
Tell them, come on. Come on, y'all.
Don't get tired now. Come on.
You made it!
As we said at the beginning, it was 3 parts to this afternoon. There was the call to action. We heard some words from people who knew what they were talking about, and they drove us to action. The action today was the march. It's not the only action, but that was today's action. And now the third part is the call to listen. Remember, when our president says to the white nationalists, stand down and stand by, we say stand up and stand with.
Yeah.
The moment at the memorial was beyond beautiful. We need to carry that beauty and carry that thought and carry that commitment beyond today. In that regard, even though maybe you are a little tired from the march, maybe you've spent a better part of your day being committed with us today, we're here now because the people who have been here now for all of these months do what you just did every single day. And they're going to continue to do it. But now that you're here and now you know where they are, we can join them as well. They need to know that we stand with them as allies. Now, I'm going to introduce you to generally a group of people and let them take it from here. Because this isn't my place. This is my place to bring you here. Shamika Parrish Wright. A woman who is now known as Ashanti Scott's mother, Attica Scott. Ashanti Scott. Now, I'm not the world's best lawyer, but I do spend a lot of time examining evidence. And the evidence that I've reviewed this afternoon shows me that about 50,000 white folk marched from Tyler Park right down Baxter, right down Market Street, and we didn't see a cop.
Not a single fucking one.
But these 3 people right here, all they did was try to make their way into the sanctuary on a night, and you too, and they were arrested and spent the night in jail. The felony charge was dropped because it can't be proven, and it never should have been filed in the first place. The misdemeanor charges still exist against these people.
Drop the charges! Drop the charges!
Read the paper, read your feed. Besides today, when you're going to listen to these marvelous people, you don't have to be here to listen to them. You don't even have to call them on the phone. They all have social media accounts. Reverend Bruce Williams has a social media account. Pastor Tim has a social media account. Sadiqa sometimes uses her social media account. They will tell you what's happening. All you have to do is read. The cats are nice. The birds are nice. Blocker charge is funny as it can be. But when you're taking your time to read Twitter, when you're reading Facebook, when you're looking at Instagram, the truth is in the air. The truth is in the air, and these people will tell you that truth. Ricky Jones, will you join us, please?
Please.
For you all who don't know Dr. Ricky Jones,
Dr. Jones.
tenured professor at the University of Louisville, teaches probably the most important class at the University of Louisville, a leader with these others. And by handing the microphone to Dr. Jones and to Shamika and Ashanti and Attica, I am, as they say, out of here. And Miss Rhonda. But we're going to stay and we're going to listen. So I'm going to give it to Shamika first. Ladies first. All right. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Oh my God, look around, you all, look around. Look around. This is exactly what they are scared of. You're on camera now. If you didn't know, you're on about 1,000 cameras right now. So don't hide. Wave to them, y'all. Wave to them. Wait, we're not scared of LMPD. We're taking our power back from LMPD. And we're showing them today is that day.
That's right.
Every day you show up, every day you show up for people, that is what means we have power. We have people power. So they can put as many cameras and lights on us, but we ain't going nowhere. And I appreciate you showing up, because fear is what got us here. You don't have to be afraid. Unity is what's going to get us to the next level. We need to stay together. It just brings us joy. We're out here every day. Today is 136 days right here in this Injustice Square. And they have fought us. They have fought us tooth and nail. They even shot at us again yesterday. But we keep showing up. It's not by happenstance that any of you are here today. You're showing your courage. You're showing that you care about humanity. And you're showing that we all want justice for Breonna Taylor now. This movement is going to take us to be together, intergenerational, intercultural. We all have a stake in this. Justin Riggs, whose autopsy happened to be in Breonna's file, further outlines that you think you can go to work and go home and just be white, but they will be at your door at night, and they will kill you in your sleep. They killed Justin Riggs. They've killed too many. What about the many names that we don't know? We have to keep showing up. We have to keep sharing, and we have to keep building this together. Thank you, Mark Murphy, for calling this day. Thank you. You all happened to show up while we were doing Unity today anyway. So I want to give Jabril an opportunity to say something to you all. He set up today's Unity Fair. We were going to be here anyway, and you just made us look even better. Thank you. Jabril, and then we're going to pass it to Dr. Jones and Miss Rhonda.
Peace and blessings, everyone. I can't tell you how incredibly moved and touched and shocked I am right now. Shamika told me there were a number of things going on today. I had no idea unity was going to be put on display today this way. We certainly hoped We certainly hope for something of this nature. For me, today's the 7th day of the week. This is God's day. God does it so. The most incredible things on Saturday. Have mercy. You people are the bridge between discrimination, between genocide, between freedom that our people so desperately need. You people are the bridge. I've told people since I moved back to Louisville, Kentucky, that when you were a slave, before slavery was abolished, many slaves knew if they could make it right here to Louisville, Kentucky, that maybe some abolitionist family would help them get across the river. This location was so critical to the Underground Railroad that also was a selling block. That you are right here, right now, in this place during this civil rights struggle, at this moment, as we push for unity. Lord, I can't tell you how honored, how touched, and how much I appreciate each and every one of you. God bless you. Give yourself a round of applause, please. You people are incredible. You're incredible. And we've got an incredible opportunity. An incredible opportunity. There's a lot of resources coming into this city over the next 4 to 6 years, enough resources to bridge things. I'm independent, but we gotta vote. We have to have our hands on the legal system. We have to have our hands, our voice calling the shots, not them dictating to us. What they choose is right for us. Now, many people have called for the resignation of Mayor Fisher. I too call for the resignation of Mayor Fisher until we bridge this gap. Until these babies stop dying. We don't need another bridge. Until these babies stop dying. We don't need another sports complex. Until the homeless have somewhere to sleep. It's going to take unity. Lord, it's going to take each and every one of us. So I thank you once again. I thank each and every one of you. I'm so humbled and humiliated to be here right now. Thank you. God bless you all. No justice. No peace.
First of all, I want to acknowledge an elder, dear Baba. Hey, if you want to say something before me, Baba, please do. Brother came up and told me I'm here to protect you. I always appreciate that protection from a bad man to me. I think where we are right now is a very important point. This is a beginning, not an end, but it's the beginning for the people who are actually committed to transforming the society. It's one thing to march. It's another thing to know why you are marching. It's one thing to vote. It's another thing to try to impact the process to deliver a candidate to the general election where you're not voting against somebody but for somebody. This is a time of maturity. It's one thing.
Technical difficulties.
Use the bullhorn. You got one?
Okay, there we go. We're back. Okay. All right. Hello. You got me?
Yeah.
All right. You got me? I'll talk louder. I ain't a shrinking violet, so I can do that even with the microphones. So as I said, it's one thing to vote. It's another thing to understand the process that delivers candidates to the general election where you're constantly voting against somebody rather than for somebody. Choosing the lesser of two evils is not sustainable. It's one thing to talk about resources and talk about economics and not understand the basis of capitalism that's crushing most people. Grants can't buy your way out of this. Another organization enriching itself cannot buy your way out of this. So it's about understanding it and then changing it. We're in a strange time right now, and the most important thing that I think you should do is to take time to educate yourself. The microphone should be able to be given to anybody in this audience. Black, white, male, female, gay, straight, Christian, believer, agnostic, or atheist. And they should be able to contextualize what's going on here and why we have more dead black and white people who ally with us. If we cannot understand that and explain that, then we are falling short. These are strange times. We live in a city, in a state, where police can go into the home, kill an innocent black woman, and the black attorney general of the state conclude, and I very intentionally say that the black attorney general concluded that no police officer did anything wrong, because I do not believe the grand jury even had the option of choosing about whether or not anybody did anything wrong. But it makes us understand in the black community and our supporters, all people who have a little melanin in their skin are not committed to freedom. I saw people before the plague and between the election of 2019 celebrate Daniel Cameron, run up to him at gatherings, taking pictures, saying we got to support the brother. I saw the same thing happen with Clarence Thomas too. So maybe we'll learn a lesson from that and understand that just because somebody is black, they are not necessarily your friend, even if you're black. We have to be more mature. So we live in this strange place where folks can say a black woman can be killed in her home and nobody is responsible for that. Nothing is wrong, while simultaneously the only black female state representative can be arrested and charged with allegedly attempting to burn down a library when she's one of the greatest supporters of the library. She is appropriately named Attica Scott, if you know your history. So learn that history because it is incredibly important. So if I could say one thing to you now, march and then read. And then read and then march. And then march and read and read and read some more so that you understand what's going on. I'm not talking about formal education because we know that the American educational system has failed us. I always tell folks, and I'll close with this, it's not that black people have been talked about poorly in the American educational system. It's just like love. The opposite of love ain't hate, right? If your friend is still talking about that girl who left him and he's still angry, he's still off into her. Indifference is the opposite of love. The American educational system and America itself has been indifferent to black people. We've simply been written out of history. We're encountered like we were dropped on the world stage as slaves in 1619. If you still believe that, something is wrong. I say this, we are in the most multiracial, multicultural, multi-ethnic America that we've ever seen, and this is a positive, strange time. America can't understand why so many white people out here.
That's right.
They can't understand why white people are locking arms with black people, Hispanic people are locking arms with white people, Asian descended people are locking arms with those Hispanics. Because across lines of race right now, as Americans criticize Marx, though they won't read Marx, Marx said the suffering can become so intense in a society that people will rebel once they realize they have nothing to lose but their change. And I think that's where you are. You understand that you have nothing to lose. In fact, you have everything to lose for your children. Because everything that we do, if it's not to guarantee a more humane world for our children, then we're doing something wrong. So again, march, then read. Read, then march. March, then read. And when you get tired of reading, do what? Read some damn more. Do that. Educate yourselves. Let me pass this back to the sister.
tell you all, 4 states, 17 schools, 4 colleges, and he is the 3rd black man that was my teacher that wasn't a band teacher or a gym teacher. I respect this brother so much. Thank you. No justice!
No peace!
No justice!
No peace!
When do we want it?
Now!
When do we want it?
Now!
If we don't get it,
Shut it down!
if we don't get it,
Shut it down!
it's appropriate for you to come to Injustice Park. Injustice Park where they sold slaves. The old jail where slaveholder was named after him. It has been grassroots. Foot soldiers has held Injustice Park down. They have stood up to the Vikings. Last night they stood up to the Supreme was trying shotguns out in the audience, and we was having unity to the children, to the elders. LPD caught them and let them go because they said they didn't see the crime. LPD is a tool of oppression, and we must continue to fight that, dismantle systemic racism, and in the educational system and in institutions. We as elders over there in the circle, give them honor, clap your hands. They have held it down. They have gone to Cameron's yard. Some got locked up because they didn't want their voices to be diminished, because we want more for the next generation. This is the generation who's going to make a difference in breaking down the tools of oppression. Say her name.
Breonna Taylor!
Say her name.
Breonna Taylor!
Breonna Taylor was a sacrifice, and that she uncovered because of her layers and layers of oppression and lies in our government and with LPD. And now we even see AG that we rejected and got his black card back because he's in the pocket of FOP. But you, the people, are going to make a difference, because you're going to keep coming and coming. They're going to say, what the hell done happened? We are not the vanguard no more. We must fight for our freedom. We must fight to win. We must love each other. We must support each other.
So at the ballot box in November, it is vitally important that we get the vote out this year. This is not a
Back to Blue style event, defend Seattle Police Department.
This is the most
This is
important cause.
as far as I know,
And if they take away our police,
permitted and authorized event by the city. The citizens of city are coming here to defend the police department. They were here, they've scheduled this from 11 to 2 today.
The line is the only thing protecting
about
our
20 minutes
beautiful
ago,
city.
the communist terrorists,
Showing up, it means a lot to me.
the brown shirts of the Democratic Party of America have shown up in their black uniforms to terrorize and shut down free speech. This is communism, guys. This is what communism looks like. Mob rule. Look, they're hurting an old man. That young black woman just said she was going to kill that old man. I don't know if that caught on camera. That black woman right there said she's going to kill that old man. Why is this being allowed to happen in America, you guys? Are you guys talking to your politicians? Are you making preparations for shit hitting the fan soon? Why are these things happening in the cities? These people are terrorists. They come to terrorize people and to scare people and to shut people's free speech down. They want to shut the freedoms we have. They want everybody to conform to their philosophy and their belief system. There's no tolerance allowed. Threats, violence, slander, intimidation, terrorism. The green hats over here, you guys, if you guys aren't aware of those, they call themselves the National Lawyers Guild. They call themselves legal observers. They marched in with the rioters. That is the legal department of the Communist Party, the Democratic Party of America. So again, we're in a major American city, and there's a group of terrorists terrorizing a permitted free speech event, and the police are not showing up. The city officials are just allowing this. The police are supposed to keep law and order, but they've been barred from doing so by city officials. And I do support our law enforcement officers, but at some point the officers are going to have to stand up against the politicians and stop standing down. Our law enforcement is going to have to disobey orders from our corrupt politicians, and they're going to have to uphold their oath. How you doing, man? Villain Phoenix, how you doing?
What's that?
I'm Villain from the Villain Report.
You're Villain from the Villain Report?
Yep. I've been live streaming this stuff for a couple months. So you guys, if you are just tuning in, I am in Seattle at Green Lake Park for a Back to Blue style Defend Seattle PD event. About 100 or so people showed up to listen to a politician and some other speakers, and to just show their support for the police and to demand the city stop letting lawlessness take over. That started at 11, scheduled 11 to 2 today. About 30 minutes ago-ish, this group of terrorists dressed in all black showed up and started terrorizing the people. They keep encroaching closer and closer and closer. They're trying to create noise to shout out and drown out their First Amendment rights. They're trying to terrorize people and scare them from speaking out. They're trying to terrorize people from coming out to events like this. They're one of their goals, if you're unaware of what doxing is, they try to get people's faces and license plates and phone numbers and post their addresses online, and they call and harass people's workplaces and try to get them fired.
What's up, guys?
We need to have some legislation here in America.
I just want to know why you back the blue. We don't really even have to fight. We could do this shit through some motherfucking rhymes. Listen, you got your opinion. Mine is different, but I am down to listen. If you want to talk, we can just discuss. Fuck hate, we could do it through some love. I won't even call you Chuds, cause I'm not trying to fight. One of you can rap, come and get the fucking mic. We can have some dialogue. Can I just talk for a sec? Hold up, it's no disrespect, cause you haven't harmed me, I haven't harmed you. I just want to know why you guys back the blue. Please, if somebody could just go explain and kick a freestyle right off of the brain, that would be awesome. I'm just trying to have some fucking talking. I got the microphone, we got some options. Come on, guys. I know one of you can rap.
This is what the Nazi takeover looked like in Germany before they started World War II. This is exactly how they started. We as actual American citizens do not stand for fascism. We do not stand for that shit in our communities, in our neighborhoods, in our homes, our cities, our country.
This is fascism.
You can rap? Oh, hold up, he wants to rap. Hey, you got something to say? Let's have a dialogue.
I can't rap, but you guys talk about fascism, but this is fascism, what you're doing. Intolerance, not letting people speak. You want a voice, but you won't let anybody else have a voice. People come here peacefully to speak their voice and show their opinions about the police and want peace in the society. You guys come to terrorize.
I think you're sadly mistaken on the definition of fascism, sir. Please, you pathetic coward! This is a free country, isn't it? hear you, so start a conversation instead of screaming. So how is blaring the F-word at me gonna make any type of a difference?
Seattle police are still standing down. You can see them right, I can't see my, right here, right there. That is a group of Seattle Police Department bicycle cops, about a dozen of them now, behind the backstop across the ball field over there. You can see they've taken one of the Back the Blue flags over here and spray painted it behind enemy lines right now. Could get attacked for this. But this is one of the Back the Blue flags. Sorry guys, I can't freestyle rap. I can't rap at all. Would have been cool if I would have, huh?
We are not perfect. There have been things that have been done by whatever race, religion, sexual orientation. There are bad people in every shape, color, form, anything. And we should not describe an entire type of people or an organization or a type of job by the minority, the few that are bad apples. Because I can't say that I don't like a certain type of person because it's something that happened to me. My sister-in-law was brutally murdered by a black man. Should I hate all black men because she was murdered? No, I will not.
This guy is in here. This is what he's doing. He's doxing people. This guy's going around getting pictures of people's faces so he can harass them and terrorize them. He's a terrorist. Can't allow people to have beliefs that are different than him, so he's going to walk around and try to take people's pictures and follow them to their cars and find out where they work and harass them and try to terrorize them and get them fired from their job. That's called doxing, if you guys don't know what that is. Hey guys, I'm Villain from the Villain Report. You can follow me on, I'm currently in Facebook jail. Facebook is targeting me and claiming I'm making community guidelines violations that I'm not. I have not violated one guideline yet. They won't allow them to be disputed or evaluated though. But anyways, you can follow me on Twitter at Villain Phoenix, or excuse me, at Villain Report. Facebook, Villain Report. Twitch, I stream there sometimes, Villain Report. And YouTube, which you're watching there right now, is Villain Report. If you guys want to help me out financially, this does cost money to do this sort of thing, buy equipment, travel, that sort of thing. You can hit me up on Cash App, Villain Report, Venmo, Villain Report, or PayPal, thevillainreport@gmail.com. I do love Super Chats, you guys. Thank you much for those. But if you're trying to just help me out, I'd prefer you go through Cash App. YouTube takes 30 to 40% of Super Chats, and they don't get to me for at least a month or so, sometimes longer. And if my account ever gets censored and I get my account taken away, I lose all the money that's been earned by my ad revenue or through Super Chats. I do appreciate the Super Chats, and I try to read them when I can. In situations like this, I gotta pay attention to what's around me a little bit more. I do appreciate those. So if that's what you want to do and you want to throw a chat up there to say something, that's awesome. Thank you. But if you're just trying to help me out, Cash App is the best way to go. Speaking of, I got a super chat from Share Waters, $20. Ask Antifa if they think Black Lives Matter, then why don't they attack conservative Black lives? Why do they attack conservative Black lives?
She was one of the ones with like a box.
Yeah, as far as I know, I've been respectful this entire time.
But you know what? It's okay. I love you. Jesus loves you. All these people here are going to be respectful to you. Because we are human race.
As I was saying, I think we need legislation in this country over the rapper guy's leaving. I think we need legislation in this country over what it means to protest. Because I don't believe that our Constitution gives you the right to protest. It gives you the right to freedom of assembly. Protesting, by definition, is an act of disorder and disobedience. I do believe there's times for civil disobedience, but there's no right for these people in the Constitution to come here and quote, protest a peaceful assembly, a peaceful gathering. These people aren't even here to protest, they're here to terrorize. So that guy pushed her because she was getting in his face. He was in his bubble, trying to terrorize him, and he gently pushed her out of his way. It's another tactic of the Black Bloc is to provoke, and try to get the other side to strike first, and then cry victim after it happens. Look at this lady. She's insane. You notice the composure and the resolve and the restraint of patriots lately. Have you seen these videos where these patriots stand here and just take this calmly and respectfully, and these crazy Black Bloc terrorists do this kind of stuff? No tolerance. No justice. No tolerance for anything other than their own beliefs.
Every single person in Washington, every single person in America, every single person on the earth matters.
How you doing, sir? I saw that young black woman said she wanted to kill you when they were pushing you out of the mob. What happened over there?
I have no idea. I was just standing there, and I got slowly engulfed. And then finally somebody said they'd appreciate it if I leave. And I said, fuck you, I've been standing here 20 minutes.
Yeah?
Then they got rowdy.
Yep. Well, sorry they're so intolerant they treat you like that. But thank you for coming out here and standing up for what you believe in, though.
Love is what overcomes hate. We cannot have peace until we start talking to each other.
Peaceful
instead of
gathering.
screaming at each other.
Peaceful gathering.
We need to listen.
Peaceful gathering.
I'm not screaming.
Patriots, Americans that are proud of their country and want law and order.
And I did that on purpose.
And then there's these guys, the terrorists.
You came all the way over here from Eastern Washington. Why don't you come over here?
These guys are terrorists. They come here to terrorize people and to try to shut people down. You're trying to terrorize people. That makes you terrorists. When did you first start joining in terrorism?
When did you?
I've never terrorized people. Thank you, though. You guys are literally here terrorizing people, trying to get them to leave.
This isn't terrorism, dumbass.
You're not trying to terrorize these people?
This is our First Amendment right. I thought you guys liked the Constitution.
You don't have a First Amendment right to...
Yes, I do.
...to attack people or terrorize people.
Am I attacking or terrorizing someone right now?
You are terrorizing these people.
You're fucking stupid.
You're trying to shut down free speech.
You are literally shutting down free speech.
The First Amendment gives us the right to peacefully assemble. It does not give you the right to protest.
You guys are literally bringing guns here. You are not peacefully assembling. Shut the fuck up.
The Second Amendment gives us the right. The Second Amendment gives us the right to bear arms so we can protect ourselves from people like you. Good.
Oh, does that scare you? Let us have guns too.
No, it doesn't scare me.
Well, fucking shit. And I'm glad Jay Bishop died.
That's a really horrible thing to say. I'm glad
Not really.
I'm glad that you expressed that. I'm glad that you expressed that.
They're fucking fascists.
Tell people who you are. Keep expressing your beliefs. Let people see who you are. You're filled with
Katie Davis Court.
You're filled with hate, man. How long have you been a terrorist? We do need legislation in America and stop letting politicians let things play out like this for their gain. Legislation, this kind of thing should be shut down immediately. You come to shut down free speech of another group, your group should be arrested in full, all of them. You come here to try to stomp on the amendments and the rights of Americans, that's jail time. You should go to jail for doing this. These people are terrorizing these people and trying to make them fearful to come to these events, fearful to speak their opinions. They're taking pictures of people's faces to try to get them scared that they're going to lose their job, lose their apartments. Hey, how you doing, sir? You're a veteran? I'm Villain from the Villain Report. I helped get CHOP shut down. What do you think about what's going on right now?
It's a little noisy.
That's their goal.
Freedom of speech. That's what's going on.
You see, are you talking about them? They're expressing their freedom of speech?
We all are.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. I think that if your speech is intended to shut down other people's speech, that's not really an expression of free speech.
Well,
that's an attack on free speech.
That's true.
Yeah.
But it then shows you what their true colors are really about, you know?
Yeah, I was there talking with them a second ago. They were saying all kind of hateful, vile things. I was like, keep saying it. Tell us who you are. Say it. Say how you feel. Say your beliefs.
What they don't understand is that's what they do in countries like Iraq.
Yeah.
You know, once you are deemed no longer suitable for society, they're basically going to take you and get rid of you.
Yeah.
Discard you like you're a piece of trash.
You served our country?
Yeah.
What branch?
The Army.
The Army, I see it now. Well, thank you for your service, sir. I'm gonna adjust my camera setup here for a second. I gotta adjust some things.
I see them trying to file away because they won't form a line. They're just letting them encroach until this thing gets on plan.
Yeah.
I tried to tell him that earlier, but he don't want to listen. Apparently they know better.
You come on this side of me, would you?
Yeah.
You're better.
Hey, you're fine, bud. I was talking to one of the security guards, and I told him, I was like, dude, if you want this event, to continue on, you need to get your guys up in there and form a fucking line. It's like they're coming up, every couple feet, every few minutes they're coming up a foot. And I said, until they come up here so far, they're going to run and they're going to shut this down. But he didn't want to listen. He's like, SPD is going to be here. And I'm like, they're not going to do anything, dude.
Yeah, they're across the park behind the ball field over there. There's about a dozen or so of them over there with lights, all just waiting, just standing there.
Yep. No, and he thought that they were going to come here and form a line and separate. I'm like, you're out of your mind, dude. It's not going to happen.
Not in the People's Republic of Seattle.
Exactly. I didn't think anybody was going to come out this way. I thought it was going to get rained out for a minute. Well, good to see you, brother.
Yeah, good to see you, man. Glad to see you again. Yeah, I didn't know if I was gonna come out and there was gonna be all rained out. Luckily, the rain stopped for all this.
I know. I was about 20 miles out where.
In court, it has to be a two-party consent, and I don't believe any of us consent. We do not consent to these recordings in India. So, they go home, they talk to her, they do not put their stuff on the property yet, because they don't want people to know where they live. People are afraid for their families.
So I'm gonna point the mic at me for a second. I've got a mic in now, and so when I'm pointing at the crowd, you're not gonna be able to hear me very well. But how is the audio? Can you guys hear? All right, just to let you know, I got a directional mic on right now, so it's only gonna hear me very well when I'm pointing it at me, but I'm gonna mostly point it at everything else.
They consider not doing what they have been called to do. They think about that every
Got a $4.99 super chat.
Why am I putting on this uniform
From
today?
Island Carnivores. Please let our patriots know real Americans love and back them. Thank you, Villain. Thank you.
Still need me. There are still people out there who are vulnerable and need my help. That is what we stand for. That is why we are here backing the blue. We are here to defend the Seattle police. There will be no peace without police. We are here to back.
Hey man, how come you guys come out and do this? Why don't you let people have free speech?
Hold on. Can you please not film me?
Seattle Police Department.
But it's not that we don't want you guys to have the right to what you say. I personally, I completely agree with the First Amendment. But we want you guys to understand the message that police are quite simply harming indigenous and black folks at a higher rate than anybody else. And there needs to be some kind of accountability held for them. There needs to be something done about it. And that's all that I give a fuck about. I love that you guys are out here standing up for what you believe in. That's why we're out here, because we're also standing up for what you believe in. You guys can very clearly hear what they're saying, you know, but we also want you guys to understand our message. We don't hate you. We don't want anything to happen to you guys. We fucking love you guys. We just want you guys to understand that we are being killed at a high-ass rate. We're being beaten at a high-ass rate. We're being locked up at a high-ass rate for no reason other than quite simply the color of our skin. And that's the only message we're trying to get across, is we want to be as equal as everybody out here and keep that shit 100% kosher 24/7 without the need of police policing us. There's no cops over here, right? There's been no fights, nobody's been shot, nobody's been stabbed, none of that. It's just yelling back and forth. And as a black person, I grew up in families where that's how you communicate to each other. We yell at each other, but we understand what it means. We show the purest emotions to each other because we love each other, and that's what I'm out here for. You feel me?
I'm going to ask you a hot topic question. You just described black people having a different culture or a different habit of behavior than white people, is what you were saying, right? You describe black people as acting a certain way that's different from other people.
I wouldn't say acting a certain way. I'd say expressing our emotions in a different way.
All right. Do you think that might at least somewhat be part of why there's a higher crime rate in the black community?
No. I personally think that why there's a higher crime rate in the black community is because we have a lack of resources.
But they're not.
If I had the money to be like, come stay in the hood for a week and just live like a black person, I would totally do it. But I don't have that kind of money because I'm black, you feel me? But if I could give you my life and have you experience what I go through just for a little bit, I feel like you guys would understand a little bit better. Because
they would respect
do you understand that goes two ways? If I told you my life and the things that I've been through, I think you'd understand the struggle that I've been through.
Well, yes, but
you're presenting your life as worse than mine without even knowing what my life is.
Well, I don't understand. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that our struggles are impacted by our color, right? And because of the fact of my color of my skin and what policing is set up on and what the entire U.S. government was set up on, my life is a little bit more difficult. Now, I'm not saying that eventually at some point with some kind of influence from resources that my life can't be better than yours or that we can't be equal. I'm just saying from the starting point, our lives are not equal. We just want an equal starting point. Not even for us, because it's too late for us to get an equal starting point. We want an equal starting point for our kids and our kids as kids. And for you guys as kids. Look,
you're describing the idea of equity.
Yeah,
I don't believe that equity actually works out. I think that's one of those ideas that sounds good on paper, but when it actually is played out in the world, it has devastating consequences.
Okay, but why does this equity need to be based on race?
That's the thing is, I don't believe it is. I don't believe America is systematically racist. I don't believe that cops are out there targeting you guys. We're constantly being told that all white people are racist recently. I'm not a racist. I judge people according to their character. I do not care what color a person is.
Okay. Would you like for me to understand or like explain to you where that comes from? Because I personally,
let's go over this point. Instead of assuming that you have the right way and educating me or teaching me, share your point of view with me. Share your point of view. I'm not going to listen to it as though it was truth, though. I'm going to listen to it as your point of view.
In a critical thinking way, which is what I appreciate. So my personal belief is quite simply this, that we as human beings have the ability to police ourselves. We've come up with morals and such that we all hold each other to. Now, are those extreme outliers who don't believe in that shit? Fuck yeah, and should they be dealt with? Yes, but I don't think that the current American policing system is the way to deal with them. I feel like we have to really get down to the root of the issue. And realistically, fuck all the color of the skin, bullshit, fuck all that. Where the issue really is the fact that America has a very bad mental health issue, and that the groups largely affected by this fucked up mental health issue are black and brown communities.
I agree that there is a large mental health issue in America. I think my belief is because we're losing a foundation of belief. We don't have a fundamental mythology in our society anymore. I also believe that the family system is breaking down and people don't have fathers and don't have good parents growing up.
Okay, so here's my counter to that. I am Cuban. I'm indigenous.
Yeah.
So I come from a family that believes in communal raising.
Wait a second. You just said that you're Cuban, and then you
Whoa,
labeled yourself
whoa,
as indigenous.
whoa.
Well, then I can say that I'm European, and I'm also indigenous.
What are you?
I'm European.
No. Like, what specific region?
I'm a mixture of European descent.
I mean, like, what countries?
Italian, German, English, a little bit of the Nordic countries.
Okay, so if we're going to be real, the only truly indigenous culture in Europe right now is the Irish, and that's because they've stayed there and they lived off the land the whole time.
No. And everybody's ancestor was an indigenous person. If you're going to claim that you can claim indigenous identity because you were from Cuba, then I can claim I'm an indigenous person because my ancestors were also indigenous to one part of the world. I'm going to be offensive here. You're being racist.
That's not offensive to me. I mean, while I disagree, I understand what you're saying. But while that's debatable, very much so, it's a terminology thing. I definitely believe that certain cultures and certain ways of living are just indigenous, while others are not. I would say they're less colonial than others. For example, the Russians are less colonial than the English. You feel me? Because the English have had multiple strongholds around the world, set up multiple colonies around the world that turned into countries later.
Up until the October Revolution, Russia was the greatest power in the world at the time.
Well, yeah.
They were one of the strongest imperialist powers in the world.
I mean, indigenous is talk for another time. I'll just use back to what I was saying before we got onto this whole other little thing. I, as an indigenous person, I, as a Cuban person, was raised communally. I was raised by the community. Now, does that mean that I didn't have issues with people in the community? No, absolutely. I will still have issues with people in the community. But the way we dealt with it was we came together as a community and we told them what was wrong and how to fix it. I feel like doing that is perfect for children. Now, I'm not saying that, having the nuclear family structure, if that is what you want, you can do that. You 100% do that. If you want that structure, you do that. But I'm also saying that the traditional Eurocentric way of raising your children isn't the only way to do it, because, for example, you're saying me and a bunch of other people over here were raised poorly when we're all really great people.
You're using language I wouldn't use, but you're saying things that are along the lines of what I would say. So yes,
please don't kill me.
I'm not trying to get people to be forced to live a certain way. But we were talking about mental health, and I gave you my opinion on why there's so much mental health in America. And this will be offensive to many people, but it's my belief. I think that there are certain ways to live life in the human condition that are more functional than other ways. I think the Western system of the nuclear family is better in many ways. It's more functional than the communal or the tribal system in many ways. But I also believe that the nuclear family can go too far and it can get too isolated. But so, yes, I believe that the nuclear family Western prescribed values are better than other ways to live your life. I think they work out better. I don't want to force people to live their lives that way, but I do want the right to say, yes, I believe that this is a better way to live your life.
This, sir? Can you please step right here? I personally don't want to be. Thank you, sir.
Do you remember the children that black people are killing due to what you guys are feeling and thinking that all people are racist? No. You guys have it all.
How about this, man? Kind of hard to have a talk.
Yeah.
Like
We're out here defending the flag? No, that's not true. We're out here defending everything.
Give me like a contact, like an email address or something. I've been streaming for a couple months. I'm mostly neutral. Obviously, I lean to the right a little bit, but I've been trying to have dialogues and conversations with people on the other side, and we can work out how anonymous you want to be or how anonymous you don't want to be, and I will respect that.
You have Keybase?
I don't, but I can find that if you write it down. I can, if there's a platform you prefer to use, I can figure that out.
My handwriting's a little trash today.
Mine, I write like a doctor or a 3-year-old.
Same. No in between. I think it's Ancom bitch, which it's not an insult to anybody.
Okay.
I just call myself a bitch.
Okay.
Or Ancom B-I-H.
Okay.
Okay.
All right,
Thank
man.
you for having this conversation
Thank
with
you
me.
for talking to me, and I want you
course.
to know if you've taken anything from Dominique, we don't. I'm speaking like I speak for everybody. I'm going to express the conservative point of view. We don't want to force other people to live our way of life, but we want the right to live our way of life unmolested. And so that idea of communism coming in and controlling everything and taking our finances and making us controlling our school systems, controlling our way of life, we don't agree with that. So if you guys want communism,
I'm not a communist.
Well, communalism. Okay. If you want that, cool, but we don't want that. So, anyways, nice to meet you, man.
Thank you.
I'll get in contact with you. It was a nice, rational, reasonable conversation. I don't agree with the things he said, but at least he was kind enough to express them peacefully. All right, I'm going to look at the chat here for just a second. Okay, I'm going to scroll through the chat. It looks like I had some super chats. I'm going to find those and read them out real quick. I can't see it, but Adam Guerin, I believe, sent a $2 super chat. Thank you, man. I'm not going to be able to find him right now. By the time I get to him, the chat starts erasing and tries to hit me back to the bottom. But I do appreciate the super chats, you guys. If you guys want to help me out financially, Cash App is an awesome way to do that. Villain Report, Cash App. I also have Venmo, Villain Report, and PayPal is thevillainreport@gmail.com. If you guys are just stepping in here, I'll let you guys know what's going on. So I'm here at Green Lake Park in Seattle. There was a planned and I believe permitted Back to Blue event, Defend Seattle Police. That was 11 to 2 today planned. About 12:15, 12:20-ish, sometime around there, this group of anarchists and terrorists, black bloc types came and slowly started encroaching on the crowd, foot by foot by foot. They here are making noise and trying to shut down the speech of this group. We got a $2 super chat from Ghost of My Soul, Pet Lives Matter, thank you. But so this group of police supporters, we're here listening to politicians and some other speakers peacefully. And then this group came up and started chanting and shouting and just kind of intimidating, terrorizing. There's several of them that are walking through the crowd and trying to photograph people's faces for purposes of doxing. So this is the rapper guy again. So if you guys want to like, subscribe, and follow, that'll help me out a lot. You're watching me on Villain Report on YouTube. I also have Villain Report on Twitter. I have Villain Report on Facebook. I'm locked out of that right now because of tech censorship. And I also have Villain Report on Twitch. So check me out, like, subscribe, follow. It helps me out a lot. I appreciate it, guys.
You look like an average ass. You got a fucking flag in your pocket. Yeah, I got the microphone, so we got some options. If you want to talk, come through. I see you up in all blue. Look at me, dog, cause I'm looking at you. My name is No Shoes. It's nice to meet you. Come through. Tell me why you are at a rally for the blue. Why do you defend police? That shit is fucking weak. They're killing innocent people right up on the streets. I want to know your side. Come give me your opinion. Even if it's different, I'm a motherfucking listen. Cause that's what we need. I'm not a cop.
If you would just come over our weekend, you would bring your love.
Side note, you guys, if you see my Twitter today, I don't know if you're familiar with the elk in Portland. The elk statue that was burnt and taken down, and they replaced it with a demonic, black, weird-looking elk statue. There were some people. Do you want to talk? What?
Well, I want to talk. Why are you licking boots? Why are you licking boots for people who hurt people and like it?
What do you think happens when there's no police, man?
Okay.
I'm not gonna say.
We're like abolish the police. But do you know how many police live in Seattle?
How many police work in Seattle?
Yeah.
I don't know.
How many police live in Seattle?
Oh, that's common. I agree with you on that. I think that's a little weird. That
What's
police.
the percentage?
I don't know.
What's the percent?
In Portland, it's like 20% or something.
It's even less, I think, in Portland. But
yeah.
The whole idea is that they're community law enforcement, right? Community law enforcement? Why aren't they a part of the community? Why do they make so much more money than the people they're supposed to police?
You know, I don't actually disagree with some of those points you're talking about, but the way you're going about this, like scaring people and terrorizing people.
Scaring people?
Come on, man. You know what happens when a crew like this rolls up in Black Bloc. They usually terrorize people, start macing people, hurting people.
Whoa. I've always been maced first.
But anyways.
Yeah, okay, just get past that.
No,
cool.
I don't want to go off on a sidetrack with you.
Yeah, so the first time I went to a protest, and I was just there, and a Proud Boy fucking maced me because I was near a Black Bloc person, right? Is that cool? Is that cool that they just do that? And the cops don't fucking arrest that person.
No, if somebody initiated violence against you, I'm not for that. I haven't experienced that happening very much on the we'll call it the conservative side.
How about right wing?
It's usually, when I've been at these events for several months, it's usually the leftist side that are provoking the violence and initiating violence.
How?
But no, I agree with some of the stuff you're talking about.
How do the leftists promote violence?
What?
How do the leftists promote violence? How are leftists promoting violence?
The leftists promote violence by going online and threatening people and showing up to events like this.
How about these people with guns? Did you see that gun? You see that gun? You see that gun? Did you see the person with the fucking AR? They want to kill a lot of us.
There's nothing wrong with having a gun. Like, you guys are here to terrorize
No.
them.
They have a gun to kill a lot of people.
What?
They have a gun to kill a lot of people.
No, they have a gun to protect themselves from a lot of people.
How many guns do you see in Black Bloc? How many guns?
There was a guy that just threatened me. I was trying to talk to him, and he threatened me and told me that I should be scared because he has a gun.
One. Congratulations. 1, 2, 3.
Let's talk about something we can. We're just like barking at each other. I agree that police should probably be in the community that they're policing.
Right.
I agree with that. I think that pensions are one of the most horrible things on any career, not just police, but any career, because it takes people's willingness to defy immoral orders away. People get complacent, and I don't think pensions should be provided by the employer. I think pensions should be provided by the individual. Pay people more for the work they do and let them handle their own retirement.
Great, but what about the systemic racism?
I don't believe in systemic racism. I don't.
It's not a fairy tale for you to believe it or not. It's happening.
Well, what I'm saying.
When George Floyd died, right? When George Floyd died, all the cops had to do was nothing. Literally nothing. But they couldn't stop killing black people. Did you not notice that?
I disagree with that way that you're. I disagree with the way you're presenting those instances.
Charlene Lyle, George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Joshua Price, Sean Fuhr?
Have you looked into these cases
Yes.
yourself? Because I have. The one that I found that seems like is probably a situation of injustice was Eric Garner. I don't think the state has any business taxing things so bad that people are selling cigarettes on the sidewalk and then force gets used against them. But I don't think the police. I don't think it was all the police's force that killed him. He was in very, very bad health and he was very, very overweight. That had a factor in it. It's not like they just went and executed him.
They basically are. They basically are.
I disagree with the fact that they were using that much force for cigarettes, but I don't think that they executed him. I don't believe that.
If a cop murders you in your home, what do you think happens to them?
Name a situation that you're talking about.
Okay, a cop breaks into your home. They say he's got drugs. Boom, boom, boom. You're dead.
Let's talk about an actual situation where you think that happened.
They don't. It doesn't matter. This is the situation I'm
happen.
describing. It doesn't happen. Why?
It doesn't happen, man.
Why doesn't it happen?
All the
Why
instances
doesn't
like
it happen?
Breonna Taylor. Breonna Taylor was involved in the drug running with her boyfriend, and she wasn't in bed when she was shot. She was in the hallway. She was standing in the hallway.
Have you looked at the ballistics?
Yes.
I've
looked at the reports.
I don't believe you. I think you're lying, and I think you're getting your news from specific sources that are lying to you.
Also, does that justify her being killed with them entering? Is that a death sentence immediately?
No, I don't. I'm not saying that she deserved to die.
Well, then what are you saying?
I'm saying this. There are certain ways. There are certain ways to live your life. Let me say it. Let me answer. There are certain ways that you can live your life that lead towards life, and there are certain paths in life that lead towards death. She was dating a drug dealer gangster that was living a gangster lifestyle, and she got caught up in the crossfire of that.
But who killed her?
The police, when they came to stop a violent drug dealar who she was hanging out with.
When she was in bed?
She wasn't in bed. She was in the hallway.
Was not.
Have you seen the pictures of her holding her AR with her boyfriend holding the gun, and they're talking about?
5 minutes ago, you were talking about guns being justified. 5 minutes ago.
They are. But what I'm describing is what I'm describing is that she was glorifying the gangster life.
No, do you think if you were laying in your if you were laying in your bed and a group of men unmarked, unannounced barged into your house, do you think you'd have the right to pull a gun on them?
Yes.
Okay, that's what they did.
And then they shoot you dead.
And then they killed her.
But that's in the circumstances of me not being a drug dealer or hanging out with drug dealers or living in a drug dealer's house.
A drug dealer isn't a death sentence.
Oh wait, are you?
If I was a drug dealer and I went to court, I would not be death sentenced.
I'm against the war on drugs. When I talk about a drug dealer, I'm talking about the violence that goes along in drug trafficking.
Okay, but
it's a violent gangster lifestyle.
Breonna Taylor, the only thing that a death sentence.
That is a racist dogwism.
Why is that a racist dogwism?
Because it's something that the fucking racists say to justify violence
Because white people are drug dealers too.
I never said anything about black people or white people. I said people that were living a gangster lifestyle. You guys are the ones bringing up race, not me.
What's a gangster lifestyle to you?
Living against the law and rolling over anybody that gets in your way and not cooperating with the society around you, just living an anarchist, horrible life where you hurt people.
That sounds a lot like cops.
That's a skewed way to look
No,
at it.
it's not.
Hold on
it's
a second. Did Breonna Taylor murder anyone?
No, but she was rolling. She chose to live the gangster lifestyle with her boyfriend. She entered into that world.
But that's not a death sentence. Even if that's true, which I think that's racist bullshit.
Why is that racist?
Even if that
no,
was
you're
true,
calling me a racist. Why are you calling me a racist?
That's true.
I'm talking about actions and character. I don't
care
about skin color.
But even if that was true, and I agreed with what you're saying, which I don't, that is not a death sentence, and they still unjustly broke and entered. That was breaking and entering into her house and
They had a warrant.
But they did not.
You're talking about justice.
Announce themselves.
You're talking about justice, and you're saying it was unjust for them to enter their house. When we're talking about justice, we're talking about law. And they had a warrant, so they were legally allowed to go into that house and arrest them.
You avoided the question. Sorry, I know, I'm sorry. You talked about judging somebody by their actions.
Yes.
What actions did Breonna Taylor take to justify being shot to death in her home?
She was a known associate with a dangerous criminal.
And?
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so here's
let me answer you. Let me answer you. Her boyfriend was living a dangerous and deadly lifestyle. She chose him as her boyfriend, and she chose to live that lifestyle with him. Look at the pictures online that she puts on her social media. She was glorifying the gangster lifestyle. She knew what she was doing, and I'm sorry, you live a gangster lifestyle, you better expect some gangster shit to happen.
Okay, so you understand that she was an EMT, right?
I do. She hadn't been working as an EMT for 2 years.
She had kids, right?
You know how
she
easy it is to get your EMT?
children.
It's a class. It takes some states a month, some states it takes 2 terms of college. It's one class. It's like 40 hours of training.
And since we have that information, what about the state that she was in?
What'd you say?
What about the state that she was in? Or did they just conveniently gloss over that?
What about the what she was in?
The state.
The state.
that she lived in.
What do you mean?
What did it take in the state? What did it take in that state to become an EMT? You don't know.
She's from Louisville, Kentucky, right? Kentucky in the Midwest, they have drastically lower.
You're literally making shit up right now.
No, I do know. In Oregon and Washington, they have the highest standards for EMTs and paramedics in the country. In the Midwest, they get paid the least, and they have the least training. It's very little training in the Midwest.
So she was an EMT. She was a parent, right? And she wasn't actively involved in any drug lifestyle, but as you say, she was glorifying it, right? So here's the thing. She wasn't involved in any illegal shit. Why did she have to die?
She was involved in illegal shit. They have evidence that she was helping the drug running.
You're full of shit. You're literally full of shit.
Well, I could say that.
That is a fucking lie.
You're making the opposite. You're making the opposite claim, and I could say the same thing about you, but I'm not. We believe something different. I believe that she has been proven to have been involved in the criminal activities, but that doesn't matter. Let me rephrase the argument in the way I'm hearing it from you. So you're saying she was a mother, she was an EMT, she did virtuous things in her life, so she didn't deserve to have that treatment. What if she brutally murdered somebody out of cold blood? Would those excuses excuse her from brutal murder?
I don't think so either.
So then it doesn't matter if she was doing other virtuous things. We have to do with the actions individually. So if she was doing something stupid or dangerous or virtuous...
Tell me about things that she did do.
What?
Tell me about things she did do that justifies her murder.
Well, you're looking for...
You're saying if. I don't give a fuck about if.
Well,
Tell me what she did do.
I have said several things that led
she was hanging out with
that led to her
gangster.
death.
She was hanging out with a gangster.
She was living in a gangster lifestyle, a very dangerous lifestyle, and she chose to enter into that world. She also was doing criminal activity with her boyfriend.
You know the shit people post on Instagram, right?
Yeah.
It's actually like totally arbitrary, basically, and you can interpret it however you want. You interpret it as the gangster lifestyle, which again is a racist dog whistle. You're literally trying to hide racism by saying, she's into drugs.
In the 1920s, the term gangster comes from the bootleggers that were all white, like Al Capone. Right now, in our society today, maybe there's more black people that are living a gangster-style lifestyle, but there's gangsters. Today, if I was to talk about a white gang, I would talk about like outlaw motorcycle clubs.
Oh, you mean like the Bikers for Trump?
Huh?
The Bikers for Trump?
What'd you say?
The Bikers for Trump, for example?
And it's hard to understand what you're saying through the mask.
Yeah, and I'm not going to take